The Young and the Restless spoilers. Is this the end of the road for Victor Newman? The Young and the Restless spoilers note that fans have been a little concerned about Victor Newman recently. He's had his fair share of ups and downs in the land of Genoa City, but the threat of Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, is real and unlike anything else the mustache has faced. Plus, considering everything the character's portrayer, Eric Braeden, has been through, is the CBS soap crafting an exit storyline for the leading man? Victor Newman's legacy. Victor first entered the canvas in 1980, and while he was supposed to have a short run, the character ended up sticking around and has become one of the most iconic roles in the land of daytime drama and the YNR. As an orphan child, Victor built a legacy with his own two hands and has become one of the wealthiest and most powerful men on screen. With that said, he's also shared a beautiful love story with Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott. She recently turned the tables on Victor and surprised him for a change with a romantic dinner where the two took a walk down memory lane. The GC super couple shared a slow dance together, but these scenes also had fans concerned. Could the show be hinting at a send-off? The nostalgia was real. The recent scenes between Victor and Nikki brought on the nostalgia. So much so that fans couldn't shake the idea that the Young and the Restless might be foreshadowing an exit from Victor. There are always retirement rumors circulating about the actor, but could his character's story be reaching its end? While Braeden is 84 years old, he's strong and healthy, but has had his fair share of plights in recent years. From his battle with cancer to losing his home in the recent wildfires in California, he may be contemplating retirement. Braeden has worked hard over the past few decades, and even if there is no reason, he may need or want a break. For over 4 decades, Victor Newman has been the titan of Genoa City, a man whose presence could silence a room, whose power could shift fortunes with a single phone call. He has fought enemies, rebuilt empires, battled for love, and emerged from near-death experiences time and again. But now, whispers ripple through the Abbott Mansion, the Newman Ranch, and even society's barstools. Is this the end of the road for Victor Newman? The latest storyline has been slowly brewing like a storm over Wisconsin farmland. Victor has been showing uncharacteristic vulnerability. Missed meetings, moments of confusion, a strange hesitation that is so unlike the ruthless mogul viewers know. His family has noticed. Nikki's poised grace has been cracking at the edges as she watches the man she's loved for decades falter. Victoria, who has been fiercely determined to secure her own place at the top, now worries that her father's decline could leave Newman Enterprises open to a hostile takeover. Adam lurks on the fringes, torn between his usual desire to seize control and a genuine fear that this time, Victor may not be able to fight his way back. It all came to a head this past week when Victor called a surprise family meeting at the Newman Ranch. Fans knew something big was coming. The lighting was darker. The music underscored the gravity of the moment. When Victor slowly stood at the head of the table, his voice was quieter than usual. "Family," he said, his deep, commanding voice carrying a tinge of emotion. "It's time you all know what's happening with me." Those words were enough to send Nikki's wine glass clinking against the table, Victoria's corporate poker face melting, and Adam folding his arms like he was bracing for impact. Victor revealed that he has been facing a health crisis, one that he has kept from the family until now. While he didn't spell out every detail, he admitted to feeling tired in a way I've never felt before, and confessed that the doctors are urging him to step back from the stress of running Newman Enterprises. "You've all watched me fight battles my entire life," Victor said. "But this might be the one fight I can't win by sheer willpower alone." The room fell silent, the kind of silence that even long-time viewers felt through the screen. Was Victor Newman, admitting defeat? This moment feels seismic. Victor has always been the cornerstone of Genoa City. The Newman Ranch, the corporate boardroom, even the feuds with Jack Abbott, all of it revolves around him. If Victor truly steps back, the power vacuum could reshape the entire canvas of the Young and the Restless. But here's where the writers are playing a brilliant hand. They aren't rushing to a conclusion. Instead, they are letting the tension build. We're seeing each Newman child respond differently, Victoria insisting she can run the company alone, Nick advocating for a united front, Adam scheming but also quietly shaken. Even Abby, usually focused on her own world, has been showing up more, sensing the gravity of the situation. The ripple effect extends beyond the Newmans. Jack Abbott has been surprisingly reflective, remembering the decades of battles and begrudging respect between him and Victor. "If Victor really steps down," Jack said to Diane over brandy, "it changes everything. Part of me doesn't even know who I am without him as my rival." And then there's Nikki. Her storyline is perhaps the most emotionally powerful right now. She has spent her life orbiting Victor, fighting for him, against him, with him, sometimes all in the same week. Now she's grappling with the very real possibility of losing him. One particularly heartbreaking scene had Nikki standing alone in the stables, touching one of the horses they used to ride together, whispering, "You've survived so much, Victor. Please don't leave me now." The question fans are asking is whether this is truly the end, or just another classic YNR bait and switch where Victor rises from the ashes stronger than ever. After all, this is the man who has survived plane crashes, health scares, corporate sabotage, and countless betrayals. There's also a meta layer to this storyline. Eric Braeden, who plays Victor, is himself a television legend. His recent interviews have hinted that while he has no plans to retire immediately, he is enjoying storylines that explore Victor's mortality and humanity. For longtime viewers, this is both thrilling and terrifying. Thrilling because it gives the actor rich material, terrifying because it reminds us that even soap icons are not immortal. What could be next? If the writers do go down the road of having Victor step back permanently, we may see Newman Enterprises torn apart by succession battles. Victoria could go fully into Ice Queen mode to hold the company together, Adam could attempt a hostile takeover, and Nick might finally decide he wants no part of the drama, only to get pulled back in when the family needs him. Alternatively, this could be a setup for one of Victor's legendary comebacks. Perhaps he'll allow the family to think he's stepping down only to return months later to reclaim the throne, teaching his children a lesson about loyalty, power, and resilience. Either way, this arc is giving the young and the restless the kind of Shakespearean weight it does best. A king at the end of his reign, heirs fighting for the crown, and the possibility of tragedy just over the horizon. If this really is the end of the road for Victor Newman, fans will want to see him go out with the dignity and ferocity that have defined him since his first day in Genoa City. A quiet exit is simply not in Victor's DNA. Whatever happens, it's clear that Genoa City, and daytime television, will never be the same without him. One thing is certain, whether Victor Newman's story is winding down or gearing up for one last blaze of glory, fans will be watching, holding their breath, and waiting to see what the mustache does next.